Ladies and gentlemen, this game you're about to see here isn't one that I've played, but it's a game between two of the people who come to my streams often, are also mods, and are also in my Discord. And I want to show you this game, not just because they're very supportive of what I do and always been the supportive, but I want to show you this game simply just because it's the greatest game of chess that I've ever seen between people who I interact with. So let's just get this video started. So Jake is the white pieces and FS is the black pieces. FS used to be the same elo as me, and now he's 1750, but he puts in the work. He memorizes lines and he always is trying to improve, and obviously it's worked out for him. Jake, he is an amazing player. He doesn't play too much online, but he plays in real life as well, and he's higher rated in real life than he is online. But yeah, let's just get this video started. So Jake opens up with f3, FS opens up with the Sicilian, and then Jake goes e4. And the thing is, in this game here, FS is someone who's loved the Sicilian for the longest time. He's been using the Sicilian even when he was similar elo to me, when we were like, I think 800 elo or something like that. And he's still using it. And Jake did end up playing into the Sicilian in this game. Obviously, they're all playing book moves here, so I'm not really going to talk too much about these moves. As you can see, they all made the perfect moves at the beginning, and then when FS is on FS's eighth go, he plays the knight in front of the queen and the bishop, which is a good move, but he needed to get his bishop out first and then put his knight there potentially. But it's not too detrimental. Jake again plays the best move, and I just want to say in this game here, I'm gonna tell you the percent is at the end of the video if I haven't already told you it. I don't believe I told you, so I'm gonna say that to the end of this game. So it's just still normal development, nothing too exciting. But now Jake's applying pressure to that knight. Now that knight has to move, and FS moves it to the best square. Again, Jake puts the queen up by one, and then now he's got protection on that pawn, double the protection on that pawn, and he can also castle. FS pushes that pawn forward, which is the best move. Now Jake adds even more protection to that pawn. He's just keeping that pawn protected. Now now FS puts the knight on f4. Jake takes, FS takes, and then Jake takes again. Now Jake is up 1 point of material. Now FS attacks on the b file. Jake takes, and then FS takes, and then Jake, with a great move, takes the rook, and then FS takes with the bishop. See, that's where the skill difference is, I believe. See, for me, that I would have just taken with the queen, because I would have been like, yeah, let's just take with the queen, and like potentially maybe later down the line attack on the a file and all of that stuff. But FS does play the best move by taking with the bishop, and then now Jake again plays the best move and takes. I think it was, yeah, takes a pawn. Now he's up 2 points of material. But the thing is, in this game here, since it was done whilst I was streaming, I just want to say FS sacrificed some pieces in order to get attack going, but they were both playing so well. This was a really, really cagey fight, incredibly cagey. And I wish I could demonstrate or like describe the just what it was actually like watching this. Because the thing is, I'm nowhere near these guys' level. So oftentimes, even during this game, I was confused and I didn't understand the moves, and I still don't really understand the moves. Like I have a game review which helps me, tells me if it's a good move or not. But I just wanted to show you this game because this game was brilliant to watch. And then now again, I'm not even gonna say best move. I'm just gonna say FS moves the knight to e5. Now this is Jake's first inaccuracy. He needed to retreat the bishop, but instead he moves the knight. And then again, FS finds the best move. I just want to say by the way you can see how many best moves they are, great moves they are. You do know it's a very high percentage game. And then now Jake plays the great move of queen to g3. And then FS pushes that pawn forward. And you're probably wondering, why has he pushed that pawn? I'm actually wondering why he's pushed that pawn. Because if, no, isn't that knight free? Let me just see why. If I go here, right, that's a blunder. Why is that a blunder? Because this, then this. Wow. Okay, yeah. See, this is like oh yeah, that does make sense actually. Yeah, because you can't take that knight. Because then yeah. Okay, see, this is why I am the rating I am. This is why I'm struggling to even stay at 1,000, and these guys are so much better than me. But yeah, just continue developing, not develop, but continue moving pieces. Now this move is still a great move, and now FS plays it. Jake moves out the way, and then this is FS's one of FS's inaccuracies. And even with the previous move, like if Jake just retreated here and offered a queen trade, that would have been the best move there. But obviously that's not what happened. Again, these were just a few inaccuracies in this game here. And like obviously it didn't mean the situation was gonna play out differently. But you're about to see the first brilliant move of the game. So after queen to c7, Jake plays c4, and then FS takes that pawn. And the reason why this here is a brilliant move, yeah, is because if FS takes, right, I have no idea what follows on. So I'm gonna press next, and this is how it goes. So Jay could have the advantage. Okay, see, I'm not even gonna bother trying to explain that. It's genuinely like just there's no need for me to explain it. Okay, but it is what happened anyway. So FS did take the rook, and the FS comes back with the queen, but instead he needed to bring the rook in the game, moves the king forward, and again moves the queen twice. And then now they trade queens. Now it's a queenless game, so we're in the end game now. And this end game, it didn't drag out too much, but it didn't finish quick. They all had to make the correct moves because they're both so good to the point that any mistake or miss could cost them the game. So pushing their pawns forward, trading. See, I wish I could be at this level, but as of right now, Jake is 2.3, like in the advantage, right? He's basically completely winning, not completely, but like mostly, yeah. And finds a great move, retreating the bishop, takes the pawn, pushes. Now Jake has to go back. Not Jake. FS has to go back. Now Jake takes the bishop, attacking the rook. Now the rook goes here to attack the pawn and also threaten check. Now Jake comes back, protects the pawn, and that knight can't be taken simply because of the fact that the king's there to protect it. And then now FS attacks the bishop. Jake checks the king. King has to move. Now he moves the bishop, protecting the pawn. Now attacks the bishop again. Bishop goes forward. Pawn goes forward. Pawn goes forward. Rook goes back. But he should have taken there. Knight to the check. King goes backwards. Pawn goes forward. Pawn goes forward. Great move. King to protect the pawn. Now FS plays rook to e1 to attack the pawn. Knight to block off the rook's vision. Sacks the rook in order to promote to the queen. But unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything because eventually it would lead to checkmate. So that is the game that I was lucky enough to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. One day I will be good enough to explain moves and really entice you with the commentary. But this has been me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitch, Chess with B6K6. I stream basically every day. And take care.